we just wrapped up a press conference there. I got a lot of notes saying that you couldn't hear. I'm shooting this on my iPhone and I was trying to get as close as I could to the source of the audio. Can you hear me now? I just want to do a quick audio check and see if you guys can hear me now. I can hear just fine. Okay, cool. So basically, Sandra's saying I can't hear her. For those of you who can hear me, my phone, which is what I'm shooting on, the audio is up and the volume is up all the way. So maybe it could just be my phone glitching or whatnot, but I'll keep this short and then I can always upload a second video. So basically, here's what we know. A body was found near Lake Maggiore around 8:20 this morning, and the fire department was able to get to the body with a boat, was able to bring it over towards a dock. And then from that point, they said it was so decomposed that it was hard to tell, you know, what the gender was, what the race was at this point. Obviously, we're in the elements, it's hot, there's water, things can decompose pretty quickly out here. Areen says, I hear everything. Diana says, I was hearing just fine. Yeah, it seems like half of you guys are having audio issues, and I wonder if it's my phone. I'll try to fix that for next time. But I'm going to show you guys the scene a little bit. Obviously, we're all here. We just wrapped up a press conference with St. Pete Police, and basically she reiterated the things that we know so far, which are they found a body early this morning. They haven't been able to ID it yet. They can't say that it was caused by a gator attack just because there was gators around the body. They don't know if that was the cause of death at this point. And right now they're just gathering information. The fire department's still on the water, just kind of going around the edge of the lake and seeing what they can find. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this around and see if you guys can see the scene, a little bit of it, so bear with me here. So the body was actually found in this area, the mangroves right here. And you can see that there's still police and the fire department here right now. And this is kind of where we're at right now. This is our area where we're posting up. Now, you can probably hear some thunder in the background. I'm getting some more comments saying people are hearing audio just fine. So I'm hoping that audio problem was fixed right now. Maybe I was just standing a little too far from the interview earlier, but I can go over everything she said. But you can hear some thunder in the background here. But we were able to talk to a witness who actually was one of the first people who found the body earlier this morning, and he was sitting over here in this area, and he basically just said, you know, they saw a lot of movement and a lot of activity. He's lived here his whole life. He knows that there are a lot of gators at Lake Maggiore. It's a very common thing in this area, and that when they walked up to it, they weren't sure if it was a coyote or a body or whatnot, but when they called police and the fire department, they were able to identify that it was human remains of some sort. All right, we have a lot of comments coming on. So Robert saying, I have my headphones on and I can barely even hear me. I have my volume all the way up. I'm not really sure what else to do besides that. So I'm just gonna keep talking. Those who can hear me, awesome. And those who can't, I'll try to update the story as we go so you're informed. So a lot of people were asking where I am right now. I'm here in South St. Petersburg, just south of downtown. Near Lake Maggiore. It's an area that has a lot of alligators. And actually the witness who found the body earlier was saying that, you know, once it gets dark here out at night at 8 o'clock, you really shouldn't be out here. And sometimes people are out here when they shouldn't be because we can't see the gators at night and they probably have a better chance of seeing us. So just putting you more at risk, something that he mentioned earlier. But for those of you just joining us, I'm going to kind of rehash everything that we learned from St. Pete Police. Yolanda was able to give us some information right when we got here on the scene. So at 8:20 this morning, there was a body that was found in the mangroves right over here, kind of where that photographer is standing, a little further that way. I'm at Lake Maggiore and we're at 40th Street South and MLK. So just to kind of give you an idea of what area of the lake that we're at. So they called the fire department and police, and the fire department was able to get on a boat and kind of move the body from the mangroves to the dock area, which is behind these vehicles and trees. That way it could kind of shield the body from any other animals getting to it. At this time, they don't know an exact cause of death because just because the body is there and surrounded by alligators doesn't necessarily mean that's how that person passed away. So an investigation is still going on, but the body is pretty badly decomposed. It's kind of hard to tell at this point, but as soon as we learn more information, we'll be able to provide you with, if they do find a cause of death, we'll get that information to you right away. Now I'm just gonna turn this around and walk the scene again so you can kind of see where we're at. So you can see this area is kind of roped off here with caution tape. And here are the vehicles that are on scene. The fire department is still here, and it's hard to see, but they're actually standing on a dock. Now they're just walking off of it. There we go. So you can see that some police and firemen are still on the dock investigating, but I'm actually going to walk you over now to where the body was found, which is, I'd say, about 60 steps this way. So hang tight. So this is the area here where the body was found earlier. All right, I'm gonna go through some of the comments. We have Kathleen saying alligator is not at fault. Rosa saying so sad. We have Lori asking, I don't understand if it's decomposed and people are at the park all the time, why didn't anyone see the body previously? Lori, that's a great question. It's hard to know if the body had been there for a while or if it was kind of moved there by someone or an animal or whatnot. But as soon as we have more information, I'll make sure to pass that along. Let's see, we have, what else? All right, a lot of people saying, sorry that they can't hear me. Now, I do have my audio up and all the way up, so I know it's kind of 50-50, those who can hear me and those who can't. And what else? Okay, we have, sorry, bear with me, I'm trying to scroll here. Don says, I'll get with the heat out there in Florida. And that body must have been in the water for a while. I bet the smell must have been bad. You know, it's interesting because I was asking the witness who found the body earlier, I was like, you know, did you see something, smell something? And really what alerted them to the action in the area was that all the movement, you know, they could tell something was going on over there in the mangroves, and they weren't sure if it was an animal or a human or whatnot, but as they got closer, they were able to tell. All right, guys, I am going to hop off Facebook Live, and now I'm going to start uploading some of the interview I got on Twitter, my Candace Avila's Twitter handle. So I'll kind of do one last recap. You can hear the thunder in the background before I hop on off. St. Pete Police got a phone call of a body that was found here at Lake Maggiore around 8:20 a.m. They got here with the fire department. They were able to move the body to kind of a more protected area so it wouldn't be attacked anymore. And now they're investigating. You know, they're going around the lake and trying to see what they can find and gather as much evidence as possible to try to ID the body at this point. So we'll keep you updated with the latest, of course, on our website at WTSP.com. Sorry for everyone who was watching this and had audio issues. For those of you who didn't, thanks for joining us here. And again, I'm going to hop on my Twitter now and start uploading big time. All right, I'll see you guys there, and we'll be live, of course, at 5 and 6 o'clock.